Okay, so we just finished unpacking box number 5, so I'm now on box number 6. But box number 6 is, oh my god, it is heavy. And it's a 4 cubic feet box. I'm just going to leave it on the floor next to me here. We'll open that up. And it looks like my sister was the one who got her, like, I don't know. I've never seen anybody who does a crisscross with and then tape it. But she has, okay, how do I... Okay. All right, so box is open. Let's see what's in there. Oh, they go. Oh. This is a Malcon box. So I can tell because I'm seeing some stuff that I got at Malcon. And I had made the sign for where the game library could be found, so we won't be needing that anymore. So while I was at Malcon, my friend Ashley was there and she was selling some stuff that she had in some games, but then some signs that she made, and I bought a couple to decorate this board game room. So I have Eat, Sleep, Board Game, Repeat. I'm so excited for this sign. This is a great one. So this is a great sign, but that's not even my most favorite sign. This one here is my favorite sign. This is something that I have to tell my kids all the time. Yes, I really do need all these board games. My collection, I think, is at around 430 now. So, yeah, I need them all. So, be sure to check out Ashley's. I think I'll have to double check what her name is. Like, I think a gal making sign or gal's signs or something like that. But she makes amazing signs. So that's there. So let's see what else I have in here. So I have Azul. Azul is such a fun tile. Like, it has those hard plastic tiles that you play with. So it's really satisfying to play just because of the components alone. It's a little puzzly. You're picking up the pieces on the different ones and you got to fit them onto your tableau. And then once you fill a row, you can move one of them into your puzzle piece or your mosaic, I guess, is what you're creating. But so you can't put more than one color per line. So like at one point, I said, okay, well, I've already put blues there, so I can't use the blues over here and I got to use them elsewhere. And then it's just a really neat, fun game. So that's Azul. I have in here what was my favorite worker placement game, and that's Pay Dirt. Pay Dirt is basically Gold Rush Alaska, the board game. My kids love this one, and it's such a fun, satisfying game to play. Am I holding it upside down? Oh no, but it looks like this looked upside down for me for some reason. Super fun. It's great. I think this was a Kickstarter at one point. I bought this secondhand a long time ago for theme alone. So such a great game. Then I have Board Game Bliss. Is it Board Game Bliss? Oh, what's on there? Oh, Board Game Geek. We're selling these component and card holders, and they're like just these rubber things, and they were getting rid of them because they were changing them a bit, and I think removing the logo or whatever, and they're like made in silicone or what, and they were on sale for like $2 a piece, but you couldn't pick the color. You just had to, if you wanted them. It went from, like, I think it was 5 normally down to 2, so I got a bunch. And then we had them at Malcon, so they were handy for that. And there's just, like, some games are just fun to have a place you can hold your cards, put your component, keep things organized, and then, like, 1 per player. So, yeah, these are great. So that's in there. And then I have a few, like, on my table, I like to use this neoprene player mat. And it's a big one. It's like 3 by 4 feet or something. And then I have these individual player ones. And these are the dice thrown ones. And I like the one that was just the main dice thrown logo. So it's not like, I don't like my mats to be so busy and that it distracts away from the game anyways. Now, I don't use these smaller ones very often, but I happen to acquire a few. So I have 2 dice thrown one, which thickness and then the stitching around is as good. Excuse me. Do I have another one in there? But super good quality. I also ended up getting a Gamelin one, which, again, just like the plain logo one. And then, I mean, this is a nice mat, but the comparison, the quality comparison compared to the Roxley ones, like Roxley is twice as thick, and then this one doesn't have the stitch around, but I mean, it does its thing. So I have 3, I guess, individual. Do I have more than these? I think I have 3. So that's in there. And then I have Underwater Cities. I played this game once at Melcon last year. And then I bought this game. It was on sale at a game store in Red Deer, and my friend Carla was picking it up, so she brought it to Gobfest, and then that's where I got my copy. I haven't played my own copy yet, because it's been packed away for so long, but this was a really neat game. Basically, the world is overpopulated, so they're starting to populate underwater, building these underwater cities, and then that's what the theme of that game is. So it was cool. And then I have Suro, the game of the path, and this is such a neat game. So you have these different tiles, and you're just moving your little stone kind of along the path that you're creating by placing tiles in front of it, and you're trying not to collide with another stone or to get pushed off the board. So you're trying to stay on the path for as long as you can. It's a very simple filler weight game. Like, this isn't one that's like, that's a brain burner and it plays super quick, but in between bigger games, it's a really fun one to play. And then I got this one. I played it for the first time at Gobfest, and then afterwards I got my own copy because a friend of mine was selling it, and I could tell like the cards have shifted. So it's a mess in here. So I'll have to sort all these cards because you pull out the number that you need. So it's just all over the place right now. So before I play this again, I'm going to need to do some serious sorting. I'm just going to put it down any which way right now just so I can close the box. But this is a deduction game, kind of like Clue, but instead of like with Clue, you'll see like, okay, well, show me a card, and then you show a card, it's like, oh, okay, so you have the revolver, so then that means the revolver is not the murder weapon. And this one is not like that. It's more story driven than that. And then you'll be like, okay, so show me a card, and they'll be like, well, the forensic team have discovered that a bladed weapon was not the murder. So then it's like, okay, well, then you can remove the sword and you can remove this. And then you're like, so you're kind of collecting these clues that are kind of sort into what can be done in this, like, and you're eliminating different things, trying to find out who the murderer is. And it's so good. It's really neat. I really enjoyed it. So that was Awkward Guess. And you play it with the app kind of to set up the story is definitely the easiest way. But I'm gonna some serious sorting to do with that one though. Oops. And then in here we have 5 Tribes by Bruno Cathala, which is such a cool game. I had never played this one before. I've heard about it again and again and again. And it's a Mancala style game, Mancala. And basically it's like you'll have these meeples in one part, and then you'll grab all the meeples on one side and move them to another location, but you got to leave a meeple behind each spot where you go. And then at the very last one, you put one meeple there, and it has to have a matching meeple at that location to activate it. And then you get to activate the action that's there, or like the meeple that you put there is the color, the type of action that you're activating, and then you activate what's there. And it is super cool, so neat. I really enjoy this game. Glad I got my copy. Wow, these did not travel well, I gotta tell you. But this is the type of game that if you're playing with somebody who takes a really long time figuring out what they want to do on their turn, you're going to feel it. There's a lot of opportunity for analysis paralysis because there's just so much to consider. There's just so much you can do. But then it means like it wouldn't be very pleasant if this is the type of game that just takes forever. Super great game though. Definitely recommend it. Yeah, so that looks better. Let's put this back in place. Oh, my poor collection, I tell ya, it's feeling the wear of travel. So this one is 5 tribes. So this game, this box is, I mean, it's fairly big. It's a 4 cube, but it's really heavy. And now that I have it open, I see why. So I have, let's see, oh my God, why is this so big? Okay, Dice Throne Season 1 Battle Box, or Battle Chest, the re-rolled version. I mean, this is a massive box and it's heavy, and this game is just completely amazing. And the first time I played Dice Throne, we set it up, we're halfway through our round, and I interrupted the game so I could call my local game store to put the copy that they had there aside, because I was coming to pick this up. It was so good. It was so good. So, and yeah, so with this one, there's 8 characters in this one. I just got the Marvel Dice Throne version that has another 8 character, all Marvel characters, which is where my phone is sitting on top. It's my stand right now. And then this is the Season 1. I also have Season 2, which is also in here. Let me try to get this one out for you guys. Okay. And then I have Season 2. Such a great, I love this. I love this game. You have a character, you have cards, and then you have dice. And then on your turn, it's a Yahtzee style. You can roll up to 3 times. And you're trying to roll different combination that's going to be part, because on your board, you have these different attacks that you can do. But you need to roll the proper dice to activate that. And then when you activate it, you get to attack the other player, and you'll have your defense as well, where you would roll certain dice. And then, yeah, so it's so great. It is so great. Love Dice Throne. So now I have Season 1, the Battle Chest. I have Season 2, the Battle Chest. And I have Marvel, the Battle Chest. So, oh, happy me. In here, I also have Overboss. And Overboss, if you've played Cascadia, this plays very similar, where you're kind of placing tiles down and you're placing your, is it monsters on top of that? And then depending on the combination and how they all connect with each other, how it scores. And from what I understand, it's kind of based on that boss monster universe a bit. So the 8-bit video game thing, which my kids kind of all Minecraft players and stuff. So I figured that would appeal to them. Great insert with this one, by the way. Because see, the insert is by Game Trays. So that makes such a difference. So, Overboss. And then I also have in here, oh my gosh, this shifted. Oh, because there's all these big boxes. So is it shifted that badly there? What's happening in here? Oh, it shifted just there. Woo! I almost dropped it, so that would have been not pleasant. Oh no, it did shift quite a bit. But this one here is Stardew Valley. It's based on the video game, which I personally haven't played. My sister was super excited when I told her I was getting this one, because she's played it quite a bit. And then when we played it with her, I guess it follows the video game a fair bit, because she'd be like, oh yeah, like in the game. And it's like, oh yeah, you do this with this kind of game. So she's almost teaching it to us, even though she's never played it, just because she's played it in the video game form. So that made the, you know, kind of learning, if you've played the video games, be aware this will help kind of to get you to play this game. So, oh, this is a mess in here. I don't know how it all goes back together right now, but this is another one that has a neat tray. No, I guess not if you're traveling with it, but it has a neat tray. Now, before I'll finish cleaning this up in a minute, there's just one more box in here. And this is one that I purchased at the flea market at Melcon, and it's called 8-Bit Box. Oh, look, the price is still on here. $10. But from what I understand is well, you have your control stick, which is kind of like your player board. And there's different ones. So there's 6 of them in here, which is great. We're a family of 6. And there's different ways that you can play this game. And there's dice and there's cubes. And it's made to look like a little video game, but it includes 3 games. And you could just play them and like the different games with it. So it looked neat. Like I bought the boss monster for the 8-bits thing, and I bought the I forget what it's called, but like for that. So I got this one as well. So I'm really interested in trying this out and see how this works out. So I'm going to continue to sort my Stardew Valley. And then after that, put these games away and then get to the next game. Next box, which this is what, box 6? So we'd be on box 5? Box 7? I think so. But so stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned for the next box to see what other games I have in my collection. So bye, everybody. Let me get to this one. There we go.